Mr. Chairman. I'm very happy that this committee is continuing to focus on the critical issue of airline safety by ensuring full implementation of the FAA Reauthorization Act. Last month, I was proud to join the subcommittee chair, the vice chair, and the ranking member in seeking for robust funding for FAA operations and for the equipment that they use to safely direct flights. This is in addition to the emergency supplemental funding I called for with many of my New Jersey colleagues to address the technology and equipment failures that have led to the delays and chaos at the Newark airport. This funding is absolutely vital in helping to resolve the disruption at Newark and airports around the country. I appreciate all of our witnesses for highlighting the continued need for FAA to implement critical provisions from their reauthorization. Mr. Boland, if I may start with you, I represent Teterboro Airport, which is an important business aviation hub. The breakdown at the Philadelphia TradeCon have impacted airports around the Northeast, including Teterboro. Is FAA doing enough to manage the telecom failures in the short and long term? And how will modernizing the air traffic control improve communication systems and the subsequent effects of these systems break down?
Well, I think when we look at Newark, we understand that the failure largely was a result of copper wires. There was 2 lines of redundancy. We now are adding a 3rd line. We're bringing in fiber optics. So in that specific instance, I think we're moving forward, and I think that's an example of what we need to be doing across the country, making sure that we have the infrastructure, whether it's fiber, whether it's radios, whether it's radar. I do think we will also have an opportunity, because situational awareness will improve. We'll be able to be more precise in how we are moving the aircraft, and while congestion is congestion, we will be able to see more opportunities to have more precise routings that can allow different options to be able to shorten ground holds and to be able to move forward.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Quickly, and I know I want to just try, I have several questions, so I'm going to quickly go to Captain Raven. You've advocated for air traffic controllers to have access to flight deck as part of their training. How would that improve safety, and how would you, how do you believe Congress can help in that regard?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. It's about teamwork. As I said earlier, this is an orchestrated, ground ops, pilots, flight attendants, air traffic control, all safely taking you from A to B. We do this with our dispatchers. Our dispatchers right up front, and so the messages they send us, the weight and balance they provide, the fuel, they're able to see when they ride on a quarterly basis what it is we're looking at on our side of the radio. And it helps us to form that sort of shared mental model of how we're doing business. The same thing could be done, and air traffic controllers used to be able to do this, where they would ride in the cockpit and, they're giving us instructions, but now they can see what we see on our screen.
Right.
And so it's very helpful for that, that teamwork type of model that we have, for them to be able to have that access. So what you could do would be to expedite the security process that they would go through to be able to do that.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. And quickly, I have, this question is for Ms. Nelson. In your testimony, you highlighted 2 provisions in the reauthorization where you aren't aware of any progress from FAA with regards to the turbulent-related injuries and radiation exposure. Can you please share how these risks can, in fact, harm crew members, and what type of information you're hoping to see included in the required reports?
Thank you very much for the question. Turbulence is a very, very serious injury, potential injury in the cabin, and we have a lot of flight attendants who are harmed by this. So implementing these procedures and best practices is critically important if we want to keep injury rates down. And if we want to move forward to try to avoid the potential of injury for passengers as well. In terms of the radiation, we do almost nothing in this country, and as I said earlier, there is a radiation exposure form that you could go to and check your potential radiation exposure on the FAA site. That form is, or that link is currently not working. So we're going backwards instead of forwards with the bill.
Well, that's a shame, and we certainly need to do something about that. Thank you so